All right, everybody, good afternoon. Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well. And we've got some more left tackles to get into here. We are now firmly into round 4. So this is going to be day 3. And we are nominally talking about left tackles here, but I don't know if that's actually the way we should be looking at it. Because, yeah, you'll see what I mean in a second here. But we're going to start with Trey Zuhn the third here of Texas A&M. And this one seems fairly simple to understand right off the bat. So 23 years old. You look at his size and right away you see what's going on here, right? He is relatively tall-ish. He's not super heavy, though, and he's got the short arms. Very short arms for a tackle, so do the math. This video is powered by Prize Picks, more on them later. Decent-sized hands. The only combine event he did was the bench press, and he did very well, although his arms are short, so you would expect it. And you take a look at the big board. CBS loves him and has him in the second. The other big boards mostly have him around the 4th or 5th. The aggregate has him in the 4th. That seems to be about where he's landing. He's played fairly well the last couple of years. Hasn't allowed a ton in terms of rushing the passer. 10 total pressures last year. Grades have been fine. Not a lot of penalties. So good stuff. But yeah, the book is kind of out. So the good things about Trey Zuhn, he played a lot in college. He has a lot of college reps in his back pocket to lean on here. He can bear down and anchor against power. He does actually have that ability to kind of anchor down and survive bull rushes. And he does have the awareness and understanding and the cerebral elements of the game to climb up to zone landmarks. So if you put him on the move, you can count on him at least getting the job done. He was a locker room leader for the A&M Aggies. He was considered to be one of their leaders in the clubhouse. And he knows how to place his hands. Like, even when he's recovering, even when he's trying to re-engage, he knows where to place his hands to maximize his opportunities to win a rep. So there's plenty of good stuff here with Trey Zuhn. Now, yeah, the arm length makes it almost impossible to imagine he will play on the outside. Most people think he's going to be a center. Maybe he'll be a guard, but more than likely you are looking at a center, and this is a pretty tall center, right? So, yeah, not ideal. He's not super tall, but he's kind of tall. He may struggle with more athletic rushers even when inside. He's not the most reactive, athletically gifted player in the world. He doesn't do a great job keeping his balance when run blocking. Sometimes he kind of he leans and he starts doing stuff that is not optimal going into contact. And his recovery ability, like I said, is not great. He doesn't recover that well. He doesn't get back into the play very well when beat. Now, it's pretty clear he's going to have to transition inside. I think he'll be able to do it fairly well, but there's just not a lot of margin for error here. Like, there's very little chance he'll be able to play tackle at the next level. He's probably just not even going to really get the chance there because right now arm length is a big requirement of the position. And that reduced margin for error is a problem. I'd still go late third and just assume that he's a center because I do like his game otherwise, and I think a lot of this is fixable. So yeah. All right. Be right back. Do you like sports? If you do, then the best way to make them even better and more exciting is using Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks makes daily fantasy simple. Just pick more or less on your favorite players' projections and build lineups with a few taps. Whatever sport you're into, Prize Picks gives you a fun way to stay locked in while you're watching. I've had a great time using Prize Picks so far. It makes this daily fantasy thing so easy and fun, and it even makes watching the games way more exciting. And with the cool social feeds feature, you can share lineups with your friends and even follow partners to tail or fade their picks. Obviously, we're in the NFL offseason right now, but we've got basketball, baseball, hockey, all kinds of other stuff, so don't be afraid to test things out in whatever sport clicks with you. You can even pick multiple sports in the same lineup and sweat everything at once. And don't forget about team picks, where you can pick winners, spreads, and totals on any major game. So, download Prize Picks, America's #1 sports app. And don't forget, Code HMA, that is HMA, gives you $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize picks. It's good to be right. And remember, always gamble responsibly. Okay, so Kage Casey's our next guy here, Boise State Bronco offensive lineman. He's 22, will be 22 when the season starts. He's more normally sized for the most part, 6'6", 310 pounds, but once again, we've got the sub 33-inch arms, so right away, we've got a noticeable issue here. And you can probably figure out where we go from here. He's got nice big hands, but he didn't test very well. His speed is just kind of meh. His 10-yard split was really bad, although I don't know if it's gonna be this bad in an applicable sense for us, and the 3-cone was also quite bad. Big boards, we got some thirds, we've got some fourths. The aggregate puts him in the fourth. That seems to be about where things are landing with him, and his performance over the last 2 years has been quite overall very good. Now, he was playing for Boise State, and they run the ball a lot. They've had Ashton Jeanty for a good part of his career, so the pass rush numbers are a little bit deceiving because Boise State doesn't throw the ball a ton, but it's still good. Now, talking about the positives with Casey here, he has the frame to add some weight if he needs to, and I think he probably needs to, so he can add weight without it becoming a problem. He's a cerebral offensive lineman. He understands pre-snap defensive shifts. He understands movement pre-snap and how to adjust to it. He's got a decent amount of strength and power as well, so he does have that, because, again, it's pretty clear this guy's probably going to have to slide inside. He's got a good amount of strength and power. He does fight hard and maximize his length. I know he doesn't have a lot of it, but he does have some, and he maximizes pretty well. And he's got a legitimate anchor. He does have the ability to anchor down, root down, and absorb bull rushes. Now, he's probably going to slide inside, so you got to kind of make your peace with that. Guard or center, maybe. Probably guard. Twitchier and speedier rushers pose a problem, although it will be nice when he slides inside. His pass protection slides are labored. Again, kind of mitigated if he slides inside. And this is the big one. He's not a great athlete, and putting him in zone or trying to have him block in space is going to be a problem. So I would look at him more as like a power guy, honestly. So I think that his game will work well in terms of playing on the inside in a general sense, because it means he doesn't have to deal with the athletic pass rushers. Problem is, even in that context, he doesn't move that well for an interior lineman. So the fourth round's about right. In the right scheme, I think he could be very good. If you're running a scheme that relies more on power and strength, then sure. But to me, Kage Casey is kind of relegated to that, and I'm not really seeing the fit in zone, even if he slides inside. Okay, one more guy for this video. It's Austin Barber of the University of Florida, 23. Another taller guy, a little bit heavier. Arm length is just barely manageable. It is worth noting that the combine probably made some mistakes with arm length measurements, but even with that assumption, the arms are just okay. So maybe enough to get the job done, but it's tight. And small hands. Pretty athletic, actually. He had good combine scores. 5.12 is okay. And the jumps were actually big, so he's explosive. Big boards, we got some fourths, we got some thirds, we got a little bit in the fifth. The aggregate puts him at the very back end of the fourth round. And you look at the scores. I mean, he made big improvements last year in his PFF score, but he is a little leaky. We're talking about, what, 17 total pressures and 7 penalties. So 9 penalties the year before. This guy's a penalty magnet. So buyer beware. Now, he's a quality athlete. He can get on the outside. He can block in space. There is some stuff that he can do athletically. He has reps on the left side and right side. So if he ends up needing to bump over, you already know that he can do it. He's already got experience with it. He is a good hand user. He uses his hands effectively and strongly. So he knows how to position them. He knows how to punch. He knows how to land with weight and power. And he's surprisingly strong and stout when it comes to absorbing bull rushes. So he's got the ability to take contact and kind of absorb it. Now, his pass rush slides are not going to keep up with elite speed. He doesn't shuffle fast enough. He didn't measure out with the expected length at the combine, although that may have been a problem with the combine itself, so it's a little bit concerning. Height becomes an issue with leverage. 6'7" is not exactly what you're looking for here, and he needs to learn how to sink his hips. And he doesn't have the drive blocking power to really get defenders out of the hole. He's not a super powerful player overall, I think. So this is a tough one. The short arms are a little alarming. So maybe he slides inside, and if he does, height becomes a problem. But I think he'll work out decently as long as he can resolve the penalty issue. And let's give him a little bit of a break on the arm length because of the possibility of it not reflecting reality as accurately as we hope. So I'd go late fourth rounder. I think late fourth round is correct. I think the aggregate has it right. And that'll do it for this video. I will be seeing you guys later today, I think. At least one more video today. And yeah, that is about it. Go Hawks. Everybody have a great rest of your day. And see you guys soon.